First and 10. Shaking off the pick quickly. He's going to throw. He's looking deep once again. Brought in inside the 20. The stop is made, but not until he reaches that 17-yard line. It's a massive 35-yard pickup. First down.
First and 10 at the 17-yard line.
They send a tight end in motion. From the red zone on first. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that sack quickly changes the tone of this series, Brock. It's second down.
A loss of 7 yards. It's second down.
Operating from the gun. Here's Mahomes. That one finds Xavier Worthy. And he's in for the Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Xavier Worthy, the touchdown. So our first score of the game here as they cap off that drive with a touchdown.
It's really what you're looking for, Kate, offensively. You want to force the other guys into thinking they need to play a little catch-up right away. So a nice job to get that first score and take early control of this game.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Butker on now to kick this one away. Starting from the 5. And not a bad place for them to start, up past the 30-yard line.
Over first and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Ready? You've set it downs for him from the 31.
Trap 60, trap 60. Ready.
Back to work after throwing the pick. He's trying to go deep again. That's grabbed inside the 30. There it is. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints make it a one-point game. It's an Adnan Mitchell touchdown. That one splits the uprights. And the Saints tie this game 7-7. Tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
All right, the Chiefs in good field position here as they start out first and 10. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. Completed to his running back. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops.
I don't know why every once in a while I get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. And when the veteran QBs say, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
That's the end of one. Both teams with a little luck finding the end zone early. Scoreboard showing 7s on each side. Back to the Superdome of Caesar in just a bit. About set for the second quarter. Chiefs football here. They've got a first to begin the frame. Here's Mahomes now. Pass into the hands of Dalton Kincaid. They get this down to the 7-yard line. That one goes for 15, and now they're going to have first and goal.
Kansas City Chiefs. First down. First and goal at the 7-yard line.
They'll try and punch it in. And he will get this to the end zone for a Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs take a second quarter lead. Butker to try the point after. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Chiefs break that tie and now lead by 7.
Saints 7. Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Butker on now to kick this one away. Tucker now on the return. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful effort.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Saints to the line now. First and 10.
79 Broncos. Tag. Dragons. 60 Eagles. 60.
Throwing off the play fake. Oh, he put everything he had into that throw. Into a ton of traffic, and this one's intercepted. Picked off by Noah Williams. So we'll get some extra help with that return. And after the interception, he'll be down inside the 40. I don't know what to be impressed by most, Brock. How effortless he made it look to throw it that deep, or how effortless the cover man made it look to get that far down there and haul in the interception.
How about we just marvel at both of them? You call a deep pass like that again on the next play, it could go to the end zone. But this time, it is a takeaway. Okay, I got to believe he harkened back to that earlier pick and thought the better of making another. Getting outside the pocket, he was either going to try to run for it, had nowhere to go, so he simply threw it away.
On 2nd and 10 now, Mahomes. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play. Jar it loose, incomplete. Dalton Kincaid, the intended target there. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. Working across the middle block, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talked about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
And that tackle stops him after a solid game.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, you can make a play in the open field. Keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Thought he had a chance to block it, but he ends up wiping out the kicker instead, and that's going to award their offense a first down. You hate to see this on 4th down for that defense, roughing the kicker, and now they've got a first inside the red zone. Throwing the out route complete. And he's tackled for a short gain.
Hey, Kate, you know this from covering the Seahawks calling a preseason game. Pete Carroll was there. He said it once, he said it 100 times. Stay on top, stay on top, stay on top. You'll give up a short little out route like that, but just stay on top of the deep threat.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. Pop behind the line here on 2nd down, which is only going to make things tougher for this 3rd down coming up. 3rd down, it's Mahomes.
3rd and 9.
And he hauls that one in. Touchdown, Kansas City. The Chiefs parlay the interception into points. Butker to try the point after. And the kick is good. And we're going to have some extra yardage added to the kickoff on the roughing call. Well, you can't do that. Got to avoid hitting the kicker. And because of that, the kickoff will be coming from midfield.
Butker at a kickoff for Kansas City.
Butker on now to kick this one away. And he got all of that
The
one
Saints
out of the
take
back
over
of the end
first
zone
and
for a
10
touchback.
at their own 35-yard line.
The Saints enjoying some good field position to start this drive off. 1st and 10 coming up. Here's a give for Wright. And he is stopped as he reaches that 46-yard line. They gain 11 on that play. And that's good for a new set of downs for New Orleans.
Well, more often than not, it's a passing game that's asked to go from first down in just one play. Get that big play potential on the ground. Jeez, it just infuses your offense with confidence.
Just 2 minutes to play here in our opening half. More from Caesars Superdome in just a moment. First and 10 now from the 46.
Roll.
They run again with Wright. He scrapes together a yard at most. It's 2nd down.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. Dropping back to throw. It's caught left side by Mitchell. And they nearly picked up the first down with that effort. Ball advances to the 45-yard line.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 1.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. That's the rookie from Texas hauling it in. And he goes out of bounds. That's going to set up 1st and goal.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Here's a give inside to Wright. I wasn't a fan of what was ahead there, Brock, but the bounce outside doesn't fare any better. He gets a lone yard at 2nd down.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
Back on 2nd and goal. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. Timeout taken by Kansas City. It's 2nd. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
And they stop him with just a 1-yard gain. That's going to make it 4th and short. The Chiefs will use their 3rd and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half.
Well, these are the moments that I just live for up in the booth, man. What are you going to do as a play caller? You're going to go for it now? You're going to try to slam it in? Well, if so, you better get a whole lot more movement than he did right there.
And he will score. It's a New Orleans touchdown. The Saints making a one-score game before halftime. Chris Olave with the touchdown. That one right down the middle. And the Saints chop the lead in half. It's down to 7.
Saints 14.
Wow, down by just a score. A lot of game to go. But look here, it's an onside try. And the Chiefs cover off the kick. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. All right, I'm going to need your expertise here, Brock. You don't ever really call an onside kick there on a whim, do you? That had to be pre-planned, right?
Yeah, I think that was on the table well before they scored the touchdown, but here's the problem. That group on the other side, well, they were prepared, they were ready for it, and now they've added a little bit of momentum to that side.
Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Back to throw Mahomes. Getting out to his left. No place to go, so he just threw it away.
More discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. Rather than force something with no one open and risk a turnover, he wisely just threw it away.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Taking a shot towards the end zone. That one's going to fall incomplete. No luck there. Just 11 seconds remaining. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And that leaves them with 4th and 5. The Saints calling for a timeout, so they're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. So on 4th down, the Chiefs field goal unit and Harrison Butker headed out. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. All right, so they like the results on the field, and they're going to decline this penalty.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. Tucker now on the return. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
Play Tucker on the return. The Saints take over 1st and 10. At their own
One last play before the break. Yep, as expected, they go to the ground and start this one off. And he's going to get this one to the 36-yard line. So we're through 2 quarters now, still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Reed now to kick this one away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. All right, the Chiefs in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. Off the play fake, it's Mahomes. Buying some time left. Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. That is Lewis Cine. And it doesn't matter who gets that ball to start the second half because he picks it off on the very first play.
I wonder at halftime, down there in that locker room on the whiteboard, if that defensive coaching staff just said simply, go get the ball. It's exactly what they do, and it totally changes the complexion of this second half.
Even 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 46-yard line.
Dragon 60.
He'll look to throw. Finds a seam down the middle. Gets it to the 23-yard line as he's brought down. They strike for 23 yards. And that's good for a Saints first down.
1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Trap 60. Trap 60.
He's going to throw it. He gets it again to Mitchell. And he goes out of bounds. That's going to set up 1st and goal.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
1st down and goal to go.
From the red zone now. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. Offense up to the line fast.
Big loss on the play. It's now 2nd and goal.
Trying to throw this from the gun. This has been a trend. Yet another interception. Picked off by Jeffrey Vasa. And the Chiefs will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
And what a huge bonus on top of the takeaway. Not only did you steal the possession, but you immediately, Kate, flip this field and give your teammates a golden opportunity to punch it in for 6. And if they score quickly, they'll put that opposing offense right back out there, steal really on that interception.
Nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10.
At the 40-yard line.
Now it's Mahomes. Finds him over the middle. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
He almost threw another one. Back-to-back throws now that should have been picked off, partner, as he continues making risky decisions with the football. So on 4th down, the Chiefs field goal unit and Harrison Butker headed out. This will be from 52 yards. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that pushes the lead up to 13.
The wind was at a sails, Kate, and it certainly helped that football fly true and right down the middle. And from that distance, to hit with that accuracy is one impressive shot.
Returnable from the 2. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. Gets at the 25-yard line.
Their own 25-yard line.
Okay, break.
New Orleans has the offense set. All right, Brock, here's 1st and 10.
Get it. Like big, big. Panther 11, Panther 11. Mustang Knights, Dragon 60. Pioneer. Ready,
Not deterred by that pick. He's throwing again. That one's caught along left sideline. They're able to drive him out as he reaches the 45. 20 yards on that play. And that's good for a new set of downs for New Orleans.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
Just one play into this drive, and they are already sitting on their own 45.
Warriors 70. 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler.
Going now on 1st down. Little off center. His man just couldn't adjust to it.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams will call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you've got to count on those being efficient and effective.
And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. L'Jarius Sneed there for the stop.
When you don't have great success on 1st down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation.
He's got a man left. And he's down inside the 40 before he's escorted out. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the 1st.
Okay, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s versus man on the drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, give your quarterback his numbers, and you can find a completion just like that.
Back to pass on 1st and 10. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Let's go. Go.
Going again on 2nd. He's throwing deep to the left side. It's a New Orleans touchdown. The Saints shave some off the deficit late in the quarter. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
And the conversion is no good as that pass falls incomplete.
Well, maybe some second guessing of that play after the miss. I think it was just an instant of the defense guessing the call correctly and right on the spot.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line.
How many years I gotta take the level my aesthetics? Hurry up and get your muscle up. We got the plyometric. Ran about the Lux Messer up the highest metric. The city just made it sweet. The diabetic. They know.
All right, the Chiefs in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up.
2nd and 6.
And you just get the play off. Lasers this one deep down the middle. He's got it deep downfield. And he is inside the 20, down to the 19-yard line. This is the end of the third quarter. It's Chiefs football trying to carry this lead across the finish line. Thinking touchdown here after that big play. We've got 1st and 10 from the red zone.
Hey, 57, 57. 15, 15. Where's that?
Thrown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he picks him up about 4 yards there. 2nd down coming up.
That result right there is why coaches all across all levels of football and defense talk about good, solid tackling, Kate. It's not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when you can bring a guy down, you're able to and keep them from piling on those yards.
1st down run, nabs him 5. Now 2nd and 5. Oils in motion right. They give here to the motion man. And that one doesn't get him much. Give him maybe a yard. It's 3rd down.
He was brought down at the 13-yard line. A gain of a yard on the play brings up 3rd and 4.
Yellow. 180. 15.
They'll run here from the gun. And he will get this to the end zone for a Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs go up by 2 scores as they try to put this one away. Butker with the extra point. And the Chiefs double their lead to 14.
Saints 20. Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Butker on now to kick this one away. Tucker now on the return. And he's out a little short of the 30.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Saints to the line now. 1st and 10.
10 through 11.
They're going play action. No one open, it looks like, so he's just going to chuck this to a different pair.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Completed over the middle. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. They got 21 yards on the play. And that's good for a Saints 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
He's dropping back to throw. Chased out to his right. That's completed right side. And their next snap is going to come from the red zone, Brock. He's down that 17-yard line. How about a big hitter? 30, 40 yards there, and a new set of downs. A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
The Chiefs signal for a timeout. That's going to be their first. May still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. Coming to the line, this is 1st and 10. Sticking to the air here. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Offense in the hurry up here.
It's 2nd and 21 at the 28-yard line.
Working now from the gun. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
Really had to find a way to get that short completion because now you're staring at third and extra long. That's a place no QB in this league wants to be.
So after that prior incompletion, it's third down. Running behind center with Wright. And it's a nice game, but still not enough for the first. Looking quickly here.
A gain of 12 yards.
Now before we reach the 2-minute warning, we've got a timeout. That's the second one used by the defense in this half. They're going to go for it here, trailing in the fourth.
Stop, Crackle, leading.
Desperation time here. And they don't get the catch they need there. Their hand was forced, Brock. Had to try and go for it, but they turned it over on downs.
I think every analytics book out there, Kate, said you got to go for it. You're in 4-down territory, down a couple scores here in the fourth. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
Chiefs coming up to the line here. It's 1st and 10.
Yellow.
Now it's the first carry for Isaiah Pacheco. Breaks through and breaks away. And he's going to be sent out of bounds just after he crosses the 35. Get 22 out of that play. And it's going to be first down, Kansas City. Big play to begin the drive. That's up to the 37.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
A counter give here to Pacheco. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
Behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard. Brings up second and 20 at the 36.
So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in New Orleans. Chiefs moments away from a 2-0 start. Back to the line they come, second down. It's Pacheco again. This one isn't looking much better, Brock. He's handed another loss. It's 2 in a row. They've got third down now coming up. The Saints calling for a timeout. They're first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Saints into the dime for this third down. Quick pass, right side, complete. And he has it right near midfield here. It's about a yard short. And just a yard shy of midfield. 1st and 10.
That's good for the Kansas City Chiefs. First down.
Oh, Gronk, look at this. He's setting up to throw it. Hits him on the out route. And he gets across midfield and into Saints territory. Offense is hurrying. Time running down.
Brings up second and 4 at the 40.
We're going to pass it here. He puts some air under it deep down the left. It's complete. Oh, my. They left him wide open downfield. Touchdown, Kansas City. The Chiefs have likely locked up the win right there. Xavier Worthy, the touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. That one splits the uprights. And the Chiefs stretch their lead to 21.
Harrison Butker at a kickoff for Kansas City.
Butker on now to kick this one away. Tucker now on the return. He's going well so far. This manages to get just beyond that 30-yard line.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
We've set it downs for him from the 31.
Let's go. 18. Ready.
First down, play action. Trying to push deep downfield. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got second down. He's been a frequent target throughout this game, Brock. We've seen that coverage tighten up a little bit more on him every time the ball's thrown his way.
Well, hasn't taken him off the board completely. He's still beating them for some catches, but that heightened focus defensively does lead to moments like that one, where what would normally be a catch Falls incomplete.
Now a run with Wright. And he used all the space he had. Got him around 8. And that sets up 3rd down.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Come 19.
Throwing now on 3rd and 2. Maybe a bit of desperation. Here's a deep shot. He's got it inside the 10. This is going to make it down to the 6. That's going to set him up with 1st and goal.
70.
And the Saints, first down. 1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
Working inside the red zone. Flushed out of the pocket. Oh, no, they get him yet again. Trent McDuffie in to pick it off. And the Chiefs will take over as he records his first interception of our season. Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down. Looks like a design run here from Mahomes. So it's a win for the visiting Chiefs. And they can be proud of their exploits on the road and overall so far this season as they improve to 2-0. So that'll do it for this one. With Brock Huard, I'm Kate Scott. It's a win for the Chiefs as we say so long from New Orleans.